All right, the first season is the bull for antlered elk, any legal weapon, depredation hunt, 4102. We have 2 seasons in the rubies and the East Humboldts, 101 through 103, and then a season in Unit 145, the Fish Creek Range. We did extend the season for the 101 through 103 all the way to January 1 this year. They continue to have fairly high and successful harvest in both those hunts.
All right. Any questions? All right. How do you guys want to, on the elk and deer, when we're going through these, are we better off just looking at weapon class? Because if we try to do everything at one time, I think our motions could get so fouled up. I think on deer and elk, I want to break it down by weapon class and kind of take motions so we don't get jumbled up motions that go nowhere.
Both bull and cow? Weapon class bull, weapon class cow?
Both weapon class, what? Yes, weapon class bull, weapon class cow, correct. That way, the motions, hopefully we can get through it quicker and not as much back and forth and making mistakes. So, any more discussion on what's been proposed here?
Just 4102.
What's that?
Just 4102.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, do we have a map so I could kind of know a lot of these areas, but I'm not. Do we have, were we supplied a map in our packet? I didn't see one.
No maps.
It's hard to make a decision with looking at some of these without knowing what we're talking about. Oh, thanks, Tony. Close enough. Yeah. All right.
Does anybody have any
Sure,
public comment or cabs have any comment on 4102? Seeing none, we'll bring it back.
One.
We need to get
Commissioner Rain.
Something we brought up last year, there was some discussion on the 145 hunt and whether or not to include Unit 144 in that. There continues to be observations of some of presumably these elk, although in very low numbers. The unit boundary there is up in the mountains. It is a highway, but it is a very high highway over a high summit. And that is the area where some of the elk are indeed being found. I know it came up last year, and I didn't hear anything or see anything in here where the department had more discussion about that after our discussion last year on whether or not we should include 144, because it kind of seems reasonable to include 144, and my understanding is those elk are expanding ever so slightly in the 144 direction.
I was trying to get Kent Gray, our regional supervisor, up here. I'm not aware of, the distribution of those bulls, how it might affect, if that's part of the elk plan unit, as is 145, or is that part of the White Pine elk plan? I just don't know. And he was here.
Because we brought it up last year, and my understanding was that it was part of the same planning unit with the same justification that to have no animals, but it's kind of wanted to hear about that. Why wouldn't we do it? And there he is.
Looks like we have an answer.
Ken said that it's probably no harm, no foul. We haven't had much observations of bulls in there, but if we are seeing some movement between the two, we're fine with adding that unit to the 145.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Larry. Well, we got one. Is that the map? Okay.
Any further discussion? Anybody got a motion? Commissioner Rain.
Move to approve as proposed by the department. This for Hunt 4102, including Unit 144 in the unit group of 145.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying. Oh, since we did make a change, any public comment on that change? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes unanimous.